Hello friends, this is Reckless Tempest, Volume Grinder Extraordinaire. Today I'm going to go over what a set booster is and is it worth it. Before we begin, please click the subscribe button down below to get notified when I craft new VODs. I'm trying to get up to 1,000 subs so I can start getting that sweet 30 ad money. Alright, so let's start with what set boosters are and what they're trying to do. Unlike draft boosters, these are basically meant to enhance the booster cracking experience. And they're kind of scripted, so instead of having 10 trashy commons you don't really care about, they reduce that number and increase slots for different things. You're not supposed to draft them, obviously. And a box of set boosters has 30 boosters in it instead of the regular 36 of a draft box. And lastly, a set booster contains a expedition box topper, just like a regular draft booster. Let's go over what a set booster's contents are. They have 14 cards in them, and their contents are very, very different from draft boosters. Slot 1 is the art slot, like we saw in Modern Horizons. Zendikar Rising is going to have 81 different art cards, and 5% of the time, it'll come with a gold signature. I actually think this is pretty cool. Slot 2 is the land slot. For Zendikar Rising, it's going to be full art basics, and 15% of the time, they're going to be foil. Slots 3 to 8 are connected commons and uncommons. Cards of the same rarity in this slot are going to have something in common. So, for example, all your uncommons are going to share a creature type, synergy, or have something like lore connecting them. The rarity breakdown of this slot is 35% of the time you're going to get 1 uncommon and 5 commons, 40% of the time 2 uncommons, 4 commons, 12.5% of the time 3 of each, 7% of the time you'll get 4 uncommons, 2 commons, 3.5%, 5 and 1, and a whopping 2% of the time you're going to get 6 uncommons. Slot 9 is the head turning slot. It'll either be a common or uncommon, and this is either a showcase card like you can get from collector's boosters, or it's going to be a cool unrevealed element. Slot 10 and 11 are the wildcard rarity slots. Rares and mythics from this slot can be showcase cards, but commons and uncommons from the slot can't be, since that's what slot 9 is for. 49% of the time you're going to get double common, 24.5% of the time you'll get common uncommon, 17.5% of the time you'll get common rare, 3.1% of the time you'll get double uncommon, 4.3% of the time you'll get uncommon rare, 1.6% of the time you'll get double rare. So the slot contains an extra rare or two 23.4% of the time. So you can see how opening a box of this will start getting you more rares than in a draft booster. Slot 12 is your rare mythic slot. Just like in traditional draft boosters, you can get a rare or mythic in them. And the mythic rate for Zendikar Rising has been increased from 1 mythic for every 7.4 rares from the original 1 in every 8. Slot 13 is the foil slot. It could be common or goes up to mythic rare. They didn't give us any information on what the percentages of getting each one is, so, just take it for what it is. Lastly, slot 14 is the token add or the list slot. We all know what tokens and ads are by now, and 25% of the time you're going to get a card from the list. What the list is it's 300 interesting cards from Magic's past, like mystery boosters. They're going to look like their original printing, but they'll just have a little planeswalker symbol in the bottom left. It goes all the way from commons to mythic rares, which will fall at the proper rate to one another. I'm pretty sure that implies that we're going to be seeing more commons than uncommons, more uncommons than rares, etc. I think if they wanted to communicate that it was an equal drop rate, they would just say equal. And over time, the list will subtly change across different sets, but in the beginning, we're always going to know what's in it, and it'll be pretty static. I'll provide a link in the description on what is on the list, but here are some pricey top hits from it. Scroll Rack, Cruel Tutor, Skithrix, Emrakul, and Pact of Negation. So, is it worth it? I think these are way better for cracking than draft boosters. Obviously, you can't draft them, but for the booster cracking experience, or just, ripping stuff open, it's a lot better. And I think it's a pretty easy pick. Though I do think when it comes to this versus collector boosters, I'm pretty sure collector boosters are going to have superior value just because they have more expeditions in them. Not only automatically put in as a box topper, but you can also crack expeditions in a collector's edition box. And between having more foils, full borderless cards, showcase cards, I think it's just going to outvalue a set booster ZV. And yeah, that's my take. I hope you found it useful. If I find out any more info, it'll be in a pinned post in the comments. If I missed something or if you have any questions, let me know down there as well. Lastly, check out my eBay store for sweet value or my Twitch stream. Links in the description. See you next time.